Welcome to the channel, Painted of Toot here with a new video series. This is going to be me playing hardcore. So, uh, in the normal game, the PvP game, I'm up to level 40. I really usually only play the game up until I max all the traders out, which I'm one trader away from completing. Somewhat getting a little bit bored, not always, but a little bit. PvE, I think I'm up over 45 or something like that. So I've been playing both, but this is just a little bit something a little bit different to I'll just try something different. So potentially they're saying that the next wipe will be maybe the end of August. So I've got a bit of time here to try to progress playing hardcore. So if you don't know what hardcore is, it's basically playing with a specific set of rules, playing normal Tarkov, although you could play it in PvE if you wanted to. It would be easier in PvE. But in PvP, you're still facing Chads, you're still facing other players, you're still required to do all the tasks. The goal is to try to get your up to max trader in this mode, but I know I won't have the time to do it. I just don't have the time to play, let alone play hardcore. Hardcore takes a lot longer to do because of the rules. So let's go through the rules so you can have a look. So the rules, they came originally from Pestily, so just giving him credit. But I got these off Sheaf, and he's doing hardcore as well. There's a few people doing it now, all for the same reason. We're more or less a little bored and looking for something different to do. Okay, goal is to max out the traders, which is getting up to around level 42. There's no way I'm going to be able to complete that by the end of August based on night weather being nicer and stuff like that. So you start off by deleting everything in your stash with the exception of your pouch. And if you have anything above a size of an alpha, you need to block off sections of the pouch, container, whatever it is, so that you only have 4 squares. No buying from traders except specific items to complete a quest. So that is like the markers, because you need a lot of them. That is jammers, because you need a bunch of them. Wi-Fi cameras. Includes green flares for the 2 tasks that require a flare to exit, which is one on streets and one on customs. So anything that you need specifically to complete a task, you can actually buy off the flea market, off the traders, and the flea for that matter. You can sell your items to traders, which gives you a huge amount of money. Doesn't do you as much good as it normally should, because you can't buy anything off the flea or off traders. So no flea, no buying off traders, but you can barter for traders, which is actually pretty bad, because barters from most of the traders are not particularly good, even at the highest levels, but that's all you get. No insurance, no scav runs. The secure container can only be used for keys. You can put in the sick case or the docs case or a keychain to expand the number of keys you can do, and you're only allowed to play solo, um, or you can match up with friends who are also doing hardcore, but you cannot have a mix of you being hardcore and everybody else. You're not able to receive, or not allowed to receive, any kind of assistance, that be from friends or viewers or something like that. Um, so just quickly here, I'm gonna fire up Pestily's rules to see if there's anything that I miss. So, okay, cannot purchase equipment from dealers or flea market with money. You are allowed to barter items with traders. No flea market. Secure container for keys only. You have to successfully extract with that key before you can use it. Um, Unexamined keys are allowed to go directly to the secure container. However, they may not be examined until after the raid. You can have a docs case, key tool, SICK case, key card holder. They're allowed to hold their respective stuff. Here again is special items for completing tasks. Markers, Wi-Fi cameras, jammers, Wi-Fi, or the multi-tool. Yes, you're going to need that. I forgot about that. No scav raids. Only play with other hardcore players or solo. No assistance from friends or community. I don't have much of a community, so I don't have to worry about that. You can use the therapist when you exit a raid to heal yourself, so that's one benefit. You can use anything you can craft in the hideout, which is not particularly helpful because it's very high level. You don't really get a lot of good stuff until near the highest level, like level 3 of your crafting things. But it does mean you can get items out of crafts, and that's ammunition is going to be tough in this game. You can exchange rubles for USD or euros to complete the trades. No insurance. You can do containers, so that's something that Pestily did and Sheaf did not. But you can buy the scav case and whatever. You can also buy the factory map, which is needed for the Intel Center upgrade. And again, you can buy flares. So that's the rules. And I've already completed the first stages of this, so I thought I'd just play and I'll comment on how things go. But as you can see, I'm taking everything off my character except for my alpha container, which only has the required 4 spaces. Now, here's where I screw up a bit, in that I should have just discarded everything. That's how you get rid of it, but I didn't. So I actually sold everything off to traders, and that gave me some trader experience and gave me some money, although I do ditch the money at the end of this video. So you can see that I have 500,000 rubles just to start. The pouch and the dog tag stay. Everything else I've gotten rid of. And I'll just go through here. You can watch me sell stuff off. It doesn't really matter too much, but I'll just speed up here. And once again, speeding up. Like I said, I should have, and I only figured that out near the end when I have the last few items and what am I going to do with them, because you can't really sell money to somebody else without trading for other money. So it's like, well, what do I do? You'll see in a minute that I figured out. Yeah, so just completing this, I'm just doing this to get the XP points of examining it. I thought they took this out, but it's showing that I'm getting XP for examining items in the stash. And let's see, I'm just having a quick look here, see what's going on. Oh, I'll just go back. And back again, and go back again. So here I have down here, and then I have this money, so then I'm going to throw it here. Because it's 1,000,000, I can't add it. So you can access the hideout, and I do have some money, so this stage was kind of rushed because I should have had no money to start. But you can do illumination events. So I did have enough money. So I cheated a little bit here, only because I wasn't really thinking it back. I wasn't really thinking it through 100%. I should have gotten rid of this stuff first and then had to get enough money. But here I'm discarding my money and my bayonet. And then the remaining money. So I got nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, next step, ground zero is the first few tasks in the game. So I should head to ground zero, but I'm not. I'm actually going to go to interchange because I know interchange better, and I don't really want to go to ground zero with no gun or anything. So we'll do a quick run. I did a night run. I have seen some people playing hardcore that don't allow night runs, but I'm good with that. I'll try to run day runs all the time. And just so you don't have to watch 7 minutes of getting ready to go, I'll pop in here and start this game with nothing. So the problem with having nothing, of course, is cursed and marked and cursed, which is a thing that happens when you don't have a rig or a backpack or body armor. It forces all the scavs to come running after you, and that ain't good. But here we go. I'm running towards Oli, which is above me. Just going to run underneath, mainly because there are some bags here to loot and a couple at least of gun boxes for potential guns because I have nothing. I need a gun. I need some body armor. I need everything at this point. So I had to kill the sound because somebody came into the room and was yapping away, and I recorded that. So I just stripped the sound off, and you're getting me commenting instead. This is the first box underneath Oli again, and it's got nothing in it. So more than likely somebody's come in and already looted it. And there can be food here. So what do you have to try to get in this hardcore? You need a gun, of course. Ammunition, especially now here at the start, is going to be critical because you can't, there's no trade for ammunition of any kind right now. So everything I'm going to have to shoot is going to have to be found in raid. So any kind of ammunition box, you have to make sure you take it. Even if you don't have the necessarily gun for it, you may get a gun eventually. So I can't take this, so I'm just going to leave it. So that was gun, rigs, backpacks, because you need to take out as much as you can. Body armor of any type, armored rigs, and of course any kind of modification for the gun. The grenades would actually help at this point as well, but I've got nothing, as you can see. So the first thing I get is a little cheese. We always call it cheese because it's orange, but it's a little healing pack, so that is good. Now there was on top of those boxes was a grenade thing, but at this point I hear steps and they're coming behind me. So I'm like, well, if I have a gun, I'll fight the guy. If I don't get a gun, which I don't, I get a plate. So that would be something else to retain a plate. So I'm running away. I could have sort of tried to hide behind there, but he gets me. New achievement earned. Welcome to Tarkov. Yeah, that's me getting shot. So that is, in fact, welcome to Tarkov. So Fat Tony 94. He's Prestige 2. You can see the little 2 behind him, so he's actually a good player, but potentially, based on what he hit me with, he doesn't really have. Well, he had M80, so obviously he's good at. He's got some stuff. Even if he's Prestige, which is he's kind of starting over again, he would have everything that he had accumulated up to this point. So, what we're going to do now here is I'll push it a little bit more. At the start of the game, you get little gifts from the game. So there was 74U and some money and some ammunition, all really good stuff, and I wish I had kept it, but again, I don't know if that fits. I don't think that fits with the spirit of the game. So I just discarded it because I knew now that you could discard stuff. But anything else I get, I'm going to keep. So here are the sounds back. I'm back on interchange again. Again, I know interchange really well. I know how to sort of skirt other players because, you can't even punch. Unlike other games, you can't even punch now. So if you run into a scav or a player, you're screwed.
Top priority are a weapon.
I got some sound here, so I'll let it go. Yes, I need a weapon. I need bullets. I need food. I need meds. I need all the parts to mod. Body armor. Yep, I agree. I need that.
And food.
Armored rigs. Yep, food. Because as you saw, I got nothing in my stash. Nothing at this point. And the main thing, I don't even have a knife, so I can't even, there's nothing I can do except for run. So, and remember, without my rig or backpack or body armor, I'm tagged and cursed, which means scavs are going to come at me. Now, that's not a bad thing if I actually had some something to shoot with them, something to stab them with, but I don't. So all I can do is run. So I come around this van, and just ahead I can see there's a scav, but what am I going to do? Nothing, because I can't do anything. So I decide he didn't see me, which is good. That gives me a chance, but I'm just going to hide here for a second, and I'll skip forward again. So now there's the ramp up top. If I had any kind of weapon, I would maybe go up the ramp and see if there's some bodies that I could go. But again, I got nothing, so even scavs I'm in trouble from. I was going to go underneath this ramp and look in the box there for a gun, but now I hear footsteps, and again it's tagged in curse. I was going to check this little box here, but you can see the guy coming after me.
Shit.
That's why I said shit, and now I'm running. I don't think they're players. They're probably just scavs, but again, I need to get the hell out of here. Get out of Dodge. Now they don't come after me, which is good. So I'll start checking my normal spots underneath here. This is a good place to come and get stuff.
Gun.
I've always found it good. So
yes,
I at least got an SKS. The problem is
bullets on it, but
I've got next to nothing. Here's some ammunition. So you need to take all the ammunition, because again, barter only, remember. Pick up in the game or barter, so you need to grab stuff. So again, there's a big gun box here, and we'll see if I can get something in a bit. As I can hear,
what the hell's that?
A very big gun going off there. And I got a vest. Now I'm probably still tagged in cursed, because I didn't have the
that's Ketter.
Anything when I first started.
For a Ketter.
That's a P90. I don't need that. What's in here? At least I got 50 rounds of Ketter ammunition, which is better than nothing. Okay, there's a red dot, UMP magazine. That'll help. Ooh, and an AK-102 with 5.56 by 45, which is NATO ammo. Using an M4. Again, I don't really have a lot. Don't have a lot in it, so every time I shoot at something, it's kind of a danger, because I don't really have enough ammunition to be able to do much, and it won't take the blue laser, but the blue laser will come in handy. So one of the things about hardcore is it pushes you another way really of practicing. I mean, people like to go into arena, but what do you do if you don't have arena? Well, this is a way to push yourself to get better, because you're probably, until you start killing players and taking their stuff, you're always going to be under armored. You're going to always have worse bullets than everybody else. You're going to be fighting from a disadvantage constantly. So that pushes you to get better. Pushes you to maybe play a little bit sneaker, play a little bit more reserved. Don't go dashing into fights all the time. If you see other players and such, you have to think about whether you're going to engage them. What do you got on you? What do they look like they may have on themselves? Do they have something that is going to wipe you out in a second? Oh, I should have kept that. I didn't take the mag for the pistol. The 5.7, I should have, because that's a good pistol. Oh well.
Food.
Now there is a task to consume a certain amount of food and beverages, and you'll get a task reward for doing that, so that's why I'm taking the milk. And I'm going to consume the milk, because I want this other mag. Early on in the game, it's hard to get decent sized mags. You can often get the little 10 rounders or even 20s, but you can't get the 30s, and especially can't barter for the 30s, because remember, so there's my metabolism just went up one. But remember, you can't buy anything, so the only way to get mags is now to barter for them. So I tend to take all the mags I can, because you might need them. Another thing that you can apply to the main game by playing um, hardcore, or something that the main game forces you to do, is you start to understand what items you need to keep for bartering, because you learn very quickly what things you want to be keeping, because you're going to really need them.
Okay.
So here I'm going under these steps, and I can hear somebody coming down, more than likely because I'm cursed and tagged, and they come right at me, although they normally come underneath here too. Okay. Sadly, that was a bunch of rounds that I can't really afford to waste on scavs. But anyways, I need a TOS for a task. The knives trade for MP5. That sunglass I need for a task to plant it on woods. And now I'm just taking everything. Now I screwed up here again in this tactical bag. I could have filled it up and then put it in the backpack, but I didn't. I left it behind. So that's a screw up on my part again. Because you can fill up a backpack and then put it in your whatever. Sorry, you can fill up a rig and then put it into your backpack. So anyways, that's more or less going to be, I did get that one gas analyzer, which is good, but now I have to head for railway, and you can hear all kinds of shooting going on, so that's why I'm trying to get out of Dodge. So far, 2 raids. First raid was bad, because I died and didn't get anything. Second raid is, I ended up with the AK-104, and I have an SKS, and I have a Deagle. Problem is, I have virtually no ammunition to use them. So my next raid, I'm going in. I have to figure out what I'm going to do.
He's having a good old shoot 'em up.
I know for sure I can't.
I'm positive I need to extract by the railway.
Yeah, I know for sure I can't barter for.
Not a horrible run.
I want to tell myself to shut up, but anyways,
Would have liked some body armor someplace.
I can tell, or I know that I can't buy mags for this 104. So do I keep the gun, or do I sell it? Well, I'll keep it for now, because I do have
that for
at least, if I get a box of some kind of 5.56, I'll be able to use it in this gun. Okay. And there we go.
First time always hurts.
That is the start of the game and my first 2 runs. So I'll keep going here and see how I can make out progressing in the game.